Hey everybody, Rochelle Osborne here, Emerald Ambassador, and I am here with...
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Heffner, Ruby Ambassador.
Yes, doesn't that feel so good to say? She's a brand new Ruby. Today we want to talk to you about something really important, and it is about short-term thinking, short-term vision versus long-term thinking and vision. So when you are doing your Plexus business, creating business builders is super important. This is how we're going to build those long-term sustainable businesses that are going to give us that residual income. So I want to just say something really fast before we get into our little things here. But, you know, the only person that is responsible for our business is ourselves, right? Our names are on those paychecks. So we are responsible for our businesses. So for instance, your downline, I am not responsible for my downline's business. It's their responsibility because their name is on their paycheck. However, there is no doubt that leadership is huge, and leadership plays a huge, huge role in us being able to help our downline. So with that being said, let's get started on short-term thinking versus long-term thinking. And Elizabeth is going to start us out.
And I have to say that this is so cool to see this in our business because I'm a physical therapist and we think in long-term and short-term goals all the time. So if I have a patient that's had a stroke, for instance, it can be very devastating, but I have to think, okay, where is the appropriate place for them to continue their rehab after they've had this short hospital stay? Because I say short because really these days, anytime you're in the hospital, it's pretty quite short. But then they're going to move on and they're going to go to either a rehab center, either an outpatient nursing facility for rehab, or they're going to go to our inpatient rehab unit. So I have to think in terms of their short-term goals and their long-term goals and make appropriate recommendations. So it's really, really cool to see our business in this realm too, because short-term is, okay, this is quick and this is what we want to see really quick, but that's just a stepping stone to this long-term. And so there are times that short-term thinking is okay for a very brief moment, but we cannot get stuck there. We always have to think long-term. I have to think, oh, well, they just made this huge improvement from yesterday to today in their mobility. They were able to sit themselves up, but they're going home with their 80-year-old wife. So how does just sitting up at the edge of the bed compare to what all the things that they're going to need to do to be home and safe with that 80-year-old wife? If I got stuck in, well, they sat up better today, that's good, then we're still sitting at the edge of the bed. But to be home with their wife, that person needs to be able to get up and move and get to the bathroom and come to the table to eat and be safe doing those things, get into the shower. It doesn't mean you can still use modified equipment and things like that, but that whole thing has to be safe. So I can't get stuck here in these short-term things. I have to really think long-term. So I love that we get to work our business in this way too. So very short-term thinking is when someone gets on, they get started on the products and they already haven't turned their subscription order on. This is dangerous because this means that they're not thinking, where do I need to be home safe with my 80-year-old wife? They're thinking, well, whatever, I'm just going to see what happens with these products. And so we really want to encourage and educate, like, this isn't something that's going to be a quick fix. So, and I want you to give your body an opportunity to work with the products. And I also want you to not run out. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've had people call me, I'm out of Slim, what am I gonna do? I'm out of ProBio, I love that stuff. And here they are waiting to maybe get their order in. And so helping them set that up. And I always tell them, like, this is your subscription for success. This is your subscription to succeed in this health journey that you're taking. And so just educating them even before they sign up. I've already talked to them about all of these things. So that is definitely a short-term thought process, is if that you let them sign up without that subscription order on.
Yes, have to have the subscription order on. I always tell my friends, because I love them and I care about them, give these products a minimum of 90 days. a minimum, okay? That does not mean that you're going to necessarily have to wait 90 days before you see results. And it doesn't mean that everything is going to all automatically be miraculously healed in 90 days either. You have to be patient with your body, and you have to give your body time. So definitely get in there, turn your subscription on, and just be committed to the process of taking these products. That is long-term thinking. So for yourself with taking the products, or if you're a business builder and you're working your business, getting your people to come in with that subscription order on. Super important.
For sure. I love that. The other thing is that looking at our comp plan. So a short-term thought process is I need to make some money, so I'm going to sign up all these customers. And so that's great. That's fun that we can do that, and we can still help people with their products, but it doesn't lead to as much commitment on their part, I don't think. And it also doesn't allow us to have rank advancements and consistent improvements in our business. And see, this is flexing in real life. So what we really want to think of is, okay, yeah, I could sign up some customers. I could have this money coming in right away. But when I have people signing up as ambassadors and helping them along this process of getting their products paid too, then we're really going to benefit everyone across the board, because we all know that everyone needs these products. Everyone needs gut health. Everyone needs a good multivitamin. Everyone needs detox. And so none of this is a surprise. And so when we have people signing up as customers, it does not lead to long-term overall business growth for us. And it isn't in their best interest either, because there isn't that opportunity for them to get their products paid.
Absolutely, 100%. Long term is the compensation plan. There is both. There is the short term, like Elizabeth just mentioned, customer base. Yes, you can make some money quickly if you are getting some preferred customer bonuses. But the long term, if you want a stable, solid business that you are building residual income with, that you are getting financial freedom with, that you want to pass down to your children, that is where you are getting ambassadors and, more importantly, business builders that want to do this with you. So customers, there's nothing wrong with having a customer here and there, but like Elizabeth said too, we care about our people and we want them to get the best deal. And not only do we want them to get the best deal and to be able to get their products paid for with this opportunity, but we want them to be able to be on the full triplex. If they're going to be on the full triplex for a minimum of 90 days, then they have to go wholesale, because it's just a win-win-win for everybody all the way around. So
absolutely. When we're working towards a contest, so earning convention points or earning leaders retreat points, these are great and these are fantastic, but if all we're focused on is a contest, then we aren't necessarily focused on long-term business growth. So thankfully, Plexus has our back, and anytime that they're running one of these contests, it actually it's encouraging us to really build our business. And so the way that points are earned is super amazing to see that they're most interested in us building the business long-term as well. But just keeping that in mind, that taking the opportunity for earning a contest is definitely taking the opportunity to jumpstart and like move our business to that next level, to help with rank advancements and things like that.
Yep. Short term is winning a contest. Long term is thinking about rank advancements. So yeah, there is nothing wrong with earning a contest like this cruise ship that they just put out for Leaders Retreat. That is super exciting. And I know a lot of people have earned that, and it is really, really exciting. So we're not saying don't try to earn any contests, because that is fun and it's fun to have incentives. But your long-term goals and your long-term vision should be that you are working towards rank advancements, not just trying to earn a contest. Because if somebody's really focusing on, oh, I have to get on this ship, then they're going to be doing whatever they can do. Maybe they are going to be getting a bunch of customers or whatever they can do to earn this contest, versus focusing on just building a solid business. So long-term is those rank advancements. And yes, hit some contests along the way.
Absolutely. It's been a really fun thing for me the last year to really work towards those contests. But I mean, honestly, I'm like, this is such a great opportunity. How many people can I help? You know, it really has been my mindset of, this is a great opportunity for me to just really push myself to help as many people as I can. So that's been really fun. Then short-term thinking is just kind of willy-nilly making a cute graphic. Join me, you know, don't you want this too? Or sending our link like, hey, you know, go ahead, go to my link, get signed up. Here's some instructions, you know, but it doesn't always lead to a long-term success. It doesn't always start that relationship off the best that it could, you know? So I really, really, really prefer the long-term thinking, especially when helping people to sign up and get started, and really being more personal with that sign up even from the beginning, and really avoiding sending our link or having that available to people in public. Like I have business cards that I ended up getting printed. I don't even give them out because they have my link to my website. And I'm like, I don't want people going there. I want to help them through this process, you know? So here they're sitting in the cupboard, but
Yes, it's so true. Plexus is so different. We definitely do not want to just post our links. We don't want to just send a cute graphic or whatever through Messenger and, you know, here's my link, go sign up. Long-term thinking is, let me get on the phone with these people, because when I'm on the phone, I can sense things. I can hear things. I can hear if they have questions. I can sense if they have any objections, and I can overcome those objections. I can also plant seeds on, you know, what this opportunity is for. So you may have somebody that might throw out an objection that might say something like, yeah, I don't want to work this business. I just want to get my products at the cheapest possible way, you know? And so then that's where you can say something like, oh, okay, you don't want to work the business. No worries. You know, neither did 80% of the diamonds, you know, they didn't want to work the business either, you know? So that is definitely one of the things too, is we want to be thinking long-term in our businesses and not short term. I have a little girl back here too now.
And it was the curly haired kids coming to join us. So the other thing that's super important to help people with that long-term success is really getting them started in a 3-way chat and really helping with that third-party validation. Short-term goals, short-term success would be to just let them sign up and kind of let them be out on their own. Maybe following up with them here and there to make sure they're using their products correctly, dropping a chart once in a while. Here, start with your pink drink. Here, add in BioCleanse. But I'm very talkative, obviously, and so I really love that relationship building and developing those relationships with people through these 3-way chats. I think it's so fun because, you know, I work full time and I have all these kids, and for several years I was putting my husband back through school, and so I was home with babies and I went to work. I mean, I'm very social. So when I started Plexus, I was like, this is so fun. I'm like talking to all of these people, you know, I'm getting to know people again. And it's just been a really fun way for me to work on doing what I love, and that's connecting with people.
For sure. And that goes along too. Those 3-way chats are so, so important because it is such a relationship business. And look at Elizabeth and I, we wouldn't have a relationship if it weren't for those 3-way chats. So definitely love those. But that also goes along with, say that you're reaching out to people and you're talking to people. Just if you're copying and pasting some long script and sending it out to a bunch of mass people, that's short-term thinking, versus long-term is building that relationship and really caring about people, caring about whether their mom is sick or whether there's a hurricane that's just gone through or whatever they've got going on in their life. So always focusing on building that relationship. Another part is, you know, talking about ambassadors. So we talked about, you know, short term is, you know, even with the compensation plan, how Plexus has it set up, the compensation plan, short term can be get a bunch of customers, make money quickly. Long term is get ambassadors, right? So say that you have ambassadors. So a short term way of thinking, even with having a bunch of ambassadors that are wholesales, is, okay, I have a bunch of wholesalers. They're all loving their products. That's short term. But then when you have business builders, people that want to share, people that are loving their products, and then you're telling them, who do you love? Who do you know? Can you write down 20 people that you know that could benefit from either the products or the business? and then getting those people to, getting them to reach out to those people. So say that they get 5 people that join them out of all 20 of those people. That's 5 people. That's going to help them to go silver, our first rank. And then from there, you can ask those 5 people, hey, who do you know? And then they're going and they're getting their 3 people and they're getting to silver. And then the next thing you know, you have a gold ambassador on your hand who's now bringing in $10,000 a month. And this is helping to build not only their business and their underneath them.
10,000 a year.
Sorry, a year. 10,000 a month.
I wish it was 10,000 a month for gold, but
you can make 10,000 a month with jewel status. Sorry. Yes. Thank you for catching that. I did not mean that. So $10,000 a year as a gold ambassador. So they're building their business, getting to gold. They're building their people's business as they're getting to silver, and you're building your business at the same time. So it really is win-win, and that is long-term focus and long-term vision. So we're not focusing on just getting a bunch of wholesale ambassadors where we're constantly talking about the products, but we are talking about the business and talking about the opportunity and how, hey, how could an extra $500 a month help you or bless your family, right?
Yes, and $10,000 a year for gold is still amazing. I mean, really, because that's like 20 people, right?
Yeah.
Gold is like 20 people working with you. 20 levels 1 through 3. So not just me plus 19 people or 20 people. It's me and Susie and Joe and their people, and we've created 20. So really that's very, very, very manageable. That is something that you can manage and help people along laying in your bed at night on your phone. That is something that is very, very, very doable. And that's $10,000 a year. And that's like 2 amazing vacations for a family. That is like paying off a home repair debt or something. Like that's huge. So we cannot discount that. And there's other companies where getting to even the status that I'm in, there's Ruby status that Rochelle we were just chatting before this call, like $300 a month. Like our silver ambassadors make more than that. Silver is 3 people. It's our first rank. Oh my goodness, right? Like you can see that Plexus is very generous in their compensation plan, and they make it very easy to share something that all people need and loves. Like everyone loves their Plexus, so
yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, had to jump in there on my little soapbox for a moment.
Yes.
And then I was just going to say too, like when people do get started, like, oh, thank you so much for trying this with me. Thank you so much for trying this. Thank you so much for joining me. But instead, like, I am so excited that you decided to get started with me, because now you're creating a starting point. You're creating this, like, this is a start. We're going to move forward, and creating that vision of this is a long-term thing. This is a long-term way for you to bring in extra income. This is a long-term way for you to work on these health goals. This is a long-term way for you to help other people in your life. And it's just like with, in PT, like I have to develop that relationship with this patient, and I have to do that quickly. It has to happen quickly because they're in a very vulnerable spot. And when I say thank you for working with me, I'm so glad to see that you were able to do something today that you couldn't do yesterday. I work in a hospital, so my analogies are a little different than what maybe some people think of as PT, in an outpatient world where you hurt your shoulder or something. So I'm thinking in my setting. So thank you for working with me. I'm so glad that you gave me this opportunity to help you do something that you couldn't do yesterday. And it's the same thing with this. Like, I'm so excited that you joined me and that we're starting this journey. Like, you're going to love this journey. So that is really, really cool. And it's true. Like in PT, it doesn't matter what setting we're in, we have to think of making sure insurance sees validity in what we're doing. My hospital is not going to get reimbursed. An outpatient person isn't going to reimburse. A home care therapist, the insurance doesn't want to reimburse for that patient to sit at the same level. They want to see progress. And so once we can show progress, then that helps that insurance company to say, okay, yep, you're right. That was really good. We're going to reimburse for that service. And so it's really kind of, I just thought of this today actually, but when I'm thinking of my Plexus business in those terms, of striving to get reimbursed. What am I doing to get reimbursed? What am I doing to get paid to help that person with their journey? Do I deserve to get paid to help that person this month? Did I follow up with them? Did I talk to them? Did I send them the information? Did I ask the right questions? Did I keep asking more questions if it wasn't the right question? Did I get on the phone with them even when I didn't want to? You know, what are these things that I did to invest in that person to deserve that Plexus paycheck? You know, we don't do this in any other job. We are expected to show our work, show that I helped that person make improvements so the insurance company will reimburse my hospital for the service that I provided as a physical therapist. So why would it be any different here? And it really isn't. And it's not it's just a way to think of this like, oh, this is important. Like, this is important. We are helping people. We are changing lives. We are helping people not have pounding head issues. We are helping people not have bathroom issues. We are helping people not crave sugar and coffee all day long. We're helping people not be inflamed and swollen all of the time. Like, there's so much involved with this that why wouldn't we take it as seriously as insurance reimbursing? So again, soapbox. I think that was some Plexus church.
That is such a good point. It's such a good point. We definitely want to be making sure that we are supporting our people that are joining us. They are trusting us, and we do have a job to do. And our job is to help them to know what we know so that they can feel what we feel, know what we know, and have what we have, and to help them to reach their goals, whatever those goals are. So that was our other final point that we had with the short-term thinking versus the long-term thinking. So yes, what Elizabeth touched on was with our language. When we say things like, you know, just give this a try, or why don't you try this? Try is short-term because they just want to try something, see how it goes. Oh, well, if I don't like it, I'll just send it back. Long-term is I'm so excited that you are getting started with me because we are going to be on a health journey together. Okay, so that is long term. But the last point that I had was, you know, when you are looking at a sale, say that there's a sale going on, hey, there's XYZ amount of dollars off, and we're just focusing on getting a sale, right? Versus helping somebody with their financial or health goals. Again, that goes back to the relationship. So we need to be focusing on what their goals are, what they want to do with this business or the products, however they want to be helped with their health, versus, hey, there's a sale. Let's just get as many people signed up as we can because they're going to save money and we are having a sale. So definitely got to focus on the long-term thinking.
And definitely, like, even when there isn't a sale, we are still offering such an affordable, life-changing set of products that it's worth every penny, you know, and we pay more than that for so many things. It's just not even funny if you actually looked at an itemized expenditure for your monthly expenses, what you're actually just putting money on. So it's important to realize and remind ourselves that we have something that is so affordable.
It is definitely so affordable and it is so different. So really just focusing on your goals and keeping your goals at the forefront, like having your why, knowing why you're doing this and what your personal goals are, maybe writing yourself, making yourself a dream board, or definitely writing out your goals and your why, sharing them with your spouse, with your family, with your kids, sharing them with your upline in your three-way chat. It's really, really important to do these things because then that's going to help to keep you accountable when you have these things. So that's why a lot of us are posting. We're posting our journeys because it helps us to remain accountable, right? But those goals, it's so, so important. And you know, Plexus is so different. Like, it is not like any other network marketing company around at all. There's no overhead. I mean, look at what Elizabeth just said about being affordable. It's $34.95 to join Plexus. You cannot even go out to eat and get a bad meal for that much. And let's not forget, I mean, we got 7 kids. We definitely can't go. I can't even go out to eat for that, I don't think, by myself, you know. But I'm seeing people, like I have somebody that is going to be starting up a franchise, and you know, it's like $200,000 to do a franchise. Like, you're going to have to be there, like hire people, like, oh, a hurricane's coming through. You got to deal with all. No, thank you. Like, I am happy being at home with my babies and working on my phone in my bed in the schoolroom, in the kitchen. I leave voice messages when I'm mopping the floor. I mean, I can leave voice messages when I'm driving. Like, I can just fit this into any part of my day. And so that's another thing that we need to be thinking about with our short-term and long-term visions. Is a lot of it is our mindset. So we have to have that good mindset and not tell ourselves negative things of, I can't do this. I don't have time for this. Yes, you do. Because whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. It's just about what you have in your mind. So we say a lot of the times in Plexus, you know, you have your Plexus toolbox, okay? 20% of it is your skills. You really don't, there's not a lot of skills. Like, you're going to talk to people and love people. So that's not a lot of skills, okay? 80% of it is mindset. Like, it's all about our minds. So just growing through that and just having that positive mindset, you are going to attract what you are portraying. So if you are out here and you're being positive and happy and excited, then those are the kind of people that are going to join you then. If you're negative and you're posting about how this kid is sick and, oh my gosh, I hate my job and all these things, and those are the kind of people that you're going to attract. So be positive. You know, we're not saying to be fake. It's definitely like, my house is a wreck sometimes. Like, it's okay. Like, I live here, you know, my dishes are not always done and we have toys laying around half the time, but my kids are little and I won't always have that. So it's just, it is what it is. But so nobody's saying to be fake, but definitely, you know, just know that you don't need to be airing all of your dirty laundry on Facebook. Anyways, I think we're getting off subject here because we want to keep this to a short video with short-term and long-term thinking. So I hope that this helped. Elizabeth, did you have anything else to add in our final little closer here?
Well, just the whole mindset thing. I wrote on the top of my week in my planner, I wrote, post in pink power this week. And so today I picked up Emmeline, my daughter, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should make a video about that. And so I just started making a video in the car, and then I posted it. So you guys can check that one out too. But, you know, I wrote it down and I just made that a priority, you know, and when I was inspired, I did it. Like, I don't have makeup on. I didn't have perfect hair. Like, I just did it. It was time to just get off that worry of, oh, I don't have my makeup on and my hair done. Well, you know what? I also have all this other stuff going on. So you got a video like this. So
and you look beautiful.
So anyway, just not worrying so much about everything being perfect all of the time. And when our heart is in the right place, like you said, like building relationships and caring about people and loving them, that's stuff I'm good at. So, you know, thank goodness. But focusing on that and not worrying about all the other things being perfect. Like, maybe I say the wrong thing. Well, it's okay, because these are people that know and love me, or that they're getting to know me, and that they can see that my intention is such and such, not these other things. So,
yeah, for sure. So we hope this video helps you guys. And, you know, if you have any questions, definitely reach out. But hope this helps on short-term versus long-term thinking and just what we have going on in our minds. So, bye.